everybody, and welcome back to YouTube, Paper Dreamer 1. And I'm going to do another patriotic wreath today. I figured I need about 2 more, even for my own house, because I have a lamp post out front, at both front and back door, and then I also put one on the side wall by my little table that I have by the entrance. Now I'll show you when we pan around the one I'll probably put there. I might be able to bring it down. Hold on. Okay, this is the one I will probably put on the wall because it's small, and I made this last year. And if any of you haven't ever made the clothespin wreath, it's kind of fun, a little messy. Your fingers get kind of painted once in a while, but it really comes out cute. So that's what I'll be using at the wall by the front door. And you remember last week we made one using the bubble method, and the good thing about the bubble method is that it takes up the whole roll of mesh. So here's my problem. I have this, I have this, I have this, and I have this. And none of them are big enough to make a wreath with. So I'm going to try doing the bubble method using these pieces and see if we can get all the way around the form. I won't make you watch me go all the way around. I think what I'm going to try to do is the form has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. If I can do alternate ones, we'll see if we can do it that way. So I'd have stripe, red, stripe, red, stripe, red. And we'll try it that way and see if we can get around the wreath using the leftovers, which is a great thing to do. So I'm going to pan us down here and get it to the table, and let's see what we can make with this leftover mesh. Okay, here we are down at the table. I'm going to start with this, and this is like really uneven at the top. You can see how it was cut, but I'm not going to try to trim any off because I can just cut it after I've got it attached to the wreath form. I want to keep as much as possible because I really don't have too much of this. So if you remember, we start on the wreath form with a twist tie, and I'm on this crossbar, and I'm going on the left hand side there and on the right hand side at the top. And pulling it real tight, and this is going to get tucked down underneath, and it won't be seen again. Okay, so now we'll start with our poofs, or bubbles, and see. I'm not sure how many I'll get out of this, but we'll find out. And I think I'll do 10 inches. You remember, we make a poof and bring it up, and then I'm using these half pipe cleaners, and I'm just going around the mesh and down through the top and the bottom. You see, I'm leaving this middle piece. I'm going around these 2 middle pieces, and I'm just going to pull it real tight and give it a couple of twists. And if this works out at all, you'll see the video. If it doesn't, you will never see this video. Push it up close to the next one and give it a good twist. And you see these puff out nicely. And in my last one, I had 6 in this first section. See what we've got. This is number 3. And every so often you can take the one you're working on and twist it together with the one before it, and that kind of keeps them uptight together. This doesn't look like a good idea. I think I'm going to have to revise where I put this mesh, because I'm not going to have enough of this multicolored. So I might use this as just like the star section. If I can get 2 sections out of this in a row. We're just experimenting, getting rid of mesh. And the next wreath I'm going to make is using up some of my 10-inch mesh with making a ruffle wreath. I'm waiting to get some ribbons that will be appropriate with the color mesh I have. Well, I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to leave it at 5. And what I do now is just take a twisty tie, go around just the same place that I was going around with the but what I'm going to do before I do that is attach the red with the same zip tie. And we'll have to go back. Now see, here's a piece here where I finished. And I'm just going to attach this at the same time that I detach the other one. I would normally carry it along the back. However, I don't have very much of it, so it takes more when you do that. Come on, get in there. There we go. And this will go down through the back. We'll pull it through a little bit later. So now I will trim off the stripes. And continue with the red. And I'm going to go back in a bit and trim these two cable ties off. And I am going to take this one and tie it to the last of the striped one, because I'm going to try to push it up as tight as I can where I'm starting the new color. Okay. Normally I just throw that on the floor, but I'm trying to kind of keep an eye on it to see how much I have. And when it's down on the floor, it kind of surprises you sometimes. I have a little more red than I do the stripe, so we'll see how it goes. Again, just pulling it tight in the back and twisting it around the middle two rings. And I haven't been to Hobby Lobby lately. It's about half an hour from here, and to see what they might have for signs and things, but I do know that they're more than likely not on sale yet. I did make a little sign that I would put on one of these, especially the one that we made last week could have a few things like flowers and different kinds of attachments to it, because it's going to be by my front door, which is sheltered. But these two will be out in the open, and of course, you know, when it gets to be that time of the year, the end of May through July 4th, here in Florida we are in the rainy season. Well, we're in the rainy season all the way through November, but you have to be aware of what you're putting out there, because it just can get destroyed with the heavy rains that we have. So I've tried to keep these fairly minimal, you might say. I think I can get one more in this section. And of course, it doesn't look that pretty. It doesn't really even make any difference what color chenille stems you use, because they'll be all flattened down, and probably if I were selling it, I would put one of the placemats on the back of it to cover up all of that. And I will probably do that with the one on my back door, because it's a windowed door. Okay, we're going to go back and see what we can get from here, and I'll never get another section, but I'll just have to add on. Put this down through. And I'm going on one side of the upright to the other side of the upright. And I've lost the other end of it. There it is. get it on upside down, which is par for the course for me. Okay, now we'll cut the red. And continue with the striped. And I think I'm only going to get about 2, maybe 3, before I have to add the other one. Somebody mentioned they can hear some noise in the background. There's a scanner going on inside the house. That's the end of this one, isn't it? I wonder if I can get a loop out of this. Maybe just. Maybe. I think I will have to trim this one a little bit. That's really a mess. This is good practicing for attaching mesh to a frame. All right, let's get one folded first. And we'll get that one down. And then, awkwardly, we'll attach the other one. Oh, come on there. Oops. Now, let's see if we can cover up this mess with another buckle. Okay, onwards and upwards. You know, I was looking the other day, I haven't ordered any because I don't really need them at the moment. I like to get them in advance. And I mentioned the last time when we met that none of the normal places that I would get my work wreath forms had any. Craft Outlet, and I'm talking the 1524. That's what I use most of the time. And I did find some on the Wreath shop. So if anybody's looking for them, because now, having said that, that was a few days ago, and they're probably gone too. Okay, I'm going to attach my red. There's always a ton of red because of all the holidays that use red. But I didn't know what in the world to do with the rest of this stripe until we came up with this method. And I'm going to go back and cut all of those cable ties and then put them around to the back. And we'll say a little prayer that stripe mesh will go one more section. A lot of heavy equipment outside. I don't think you can hear it right now, but our golf course is being redone over the summer, and they're out there with all kinds of earth movers. This little piece that is stuck in here. Thank you. I live on one of the holes on the golf course, so get to see it all the time. It's sort of like living in a dust bowl, but it'll be nice when it's done. Getting a little more crowded here on my wreath form, not here. The crowd is gone now, most of it. But so you don't get as many in each section. I think I'll get one more in here. coming along nicely. It's going to be kind of pretty. All right, we're going to see. Oh, I think I can get one more. And then we'll see if we can finish up the last striped section. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get as many as we can get. That's what we'll do. I had my nails done yesterday. I wore acrylic nails probably the last, at least 10 years of my working career. But I've been retired now for 11. And so I've only had them on, I think, once or twice since I retired. But I just felt like giving them a shot. And I don't wear them too long. They're, they're fairly, there's a little nail to them, but they're not too deep, too long. I found it interesting the first time I went to type. And I haven't played the organ yet with them. But so far, I've been able to maneuver the meshes with it. Not too bad. I found the last time when I was wearing them, the biggest issue I had with them, basically, well, other than you can't pick up anything, because they're thicker than a regular nail, is that when I was using the glue, I kept getting things glued to them. But it's kind of fun to have pretty nails once in a while. Got my nails done. I got my feet done. And got my hair cut. I was just a brand new woman. Well, folks, I think this might work, believe it or not. Now, of course, you can do this with any of your, the leftover 10-inch mesh is easier to use because you can do curls and use the curls on a wreath, or you can make some ruffles with some of it and use those on a wreath, even if the base color is not, that mesh. There's always little things you can make, and those curls or the ruffles can be used right in your ribbon sections when you're adding ribbon. But there's not a whole lot you can do with leftover 21-inch mesh. At least I haven't found it. So I'm loving this idea. And I can get one more in there, and look, I'm going to have plenty. But if you have leftover red and green, you can use those interchangingly in a Christmas wreath, or pinks and blues for a summer wreath. And that's all I can get, and I probably have enough for 3 more, but I'm not going to get them in there. So now I'm going to add the red, and I'm going to go with the other one because I don't think I've got enough just to keep me from making 2 tie downs here. Last section. And it's getting quite tight, so I probably won't be more than 4 to 5 in here. I can see this does make a bigger mess on the back of the wreath, so I definitely will put something around it to cover it up. This is 3 and it's getting squishy. I'm going to have to squish them in, but I can get another one in, I'm sure. I think this one will be the end. Okay, let's get rid of these twisties. No, I don't know where that one is hiding. There, what do you think? I think it's kind of pretty. And when we put some decorations on there, I have some ribbon, red, white, and blue ribbon. I think I'll just make a plain bow, maybe up in one of the red sections. I have a little sign that says God bless America we can put in there. I'm really pleased with it. It came out really pretty, and it used up, I don't know about you, but I don't mind throwing away this much mesh. There's the stripes. A little bit more red, but not much. I don't mind those going in the barrel at all. So I think this is a good idea. And I can see that you could use, well, you could use 6 different colors. There's 6 different sections on here. So now on the back, you can see there's all this here. I've got to go back and trim it up. I'll trim it up and, you know, tie down what I need to tie down, and then I'm going to put something over the mechanism that will hide it all. But look at that. I think that'll look nice out on my lamppost. It's big and bold, and we'll put a few little things on it that won't be bothered by the rain. And then you go. So I'm glad you stopped by today. And let me just put the camera up a little bit. Hold on a second. I'm glad you stopped by today to see this experiment in using up the leftover mesh. You know, you pay good money for this mesh, and you don't like to just throw away partial rolls. So I think you can see now that at least with this particular method, the bubbles, it hides all of the ends from the front anyway, and you can use up a lot of your extra mesh this way. So I want to say hi to my new subscribers, and if you're seeing me for the first time, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and the bell. And if I knew how to put that on there, I would, but I don't. And enjoy it when we get together. We do a lot of different things. Sometimes paper crafts, sometimes house decorating, sometimes DIYs. I never said that right since I've been starting to say it. But anyway, we get together at least once a week, but maybe more now that I don't have quite so many responsibilities with the board here in the summertime. So that's all for today. I hope you've had a great afternoon. It's mid-afternoon on Friday, and I'm going to try to see if I can get this up tonight so you can all enjoy it. When I get this all done with whatever sign I'm going to find to put on it and the bow, I'll show you a picture of it hanging on the wall, waiting for time that it is to put it outside. So see you later. Have a nice evening and play nice now. Bye-bye.